Hi, I'm Finn.
And I'm Rose.
And this is Bloody Mary at the NUS Demo 2012.
We're here at Temple and we're going to be following the crowds up to Embankment and then through to Westminster as they march for reduction of the fees. Let's see how it goes, guys. No ifs! No buts!
No education cuts!
No ifs! No buts!
No education cuts! We say fight back!
Cut back!
Fight back!
Cut back!
Fight back!
I'm with Rachel Whetstone, who's the Vice President of Higher Education.
Nice to meet you.
What do you hope to achieve from this prize today?
I think there are numerous things. I think this is about regrouping as a student movement, coming together again 2 years on and looking ahead to the next general election. I think this is about reminding the public that, about the appalling situation actually that we find ourselves in. And actually, you know, this is an issue that affects everybody. If your child is unemployed, if you're a mature student that can't get a place or isn't willing to take on debt, if you can't go to college because you can't get your A&A, this is an issue for everybody. And so I think it's one of the most vital things today is, you know, putting politicians aside. It's actually reminding the public how important education, skills and training are to the society that we live in. Thank you.
Hi, this is Ellen from Finlay, and you were drumming up a lot of school earlier on campus. Will you please turn out of QM students?
I think it's hard to tell in London. Obviously we had a good turnout, but we hope there are more people joining us here, and we seem to have got more and more people as we've been standing around. So.
And what do you think these marches will achieve today?
Well, I think they're always different. I think this march is a bit different than the one in 2010 because there wasn't a decision we were trying to influence. So I think it's more of a starting point on kind of the areas that we really want to protest on.
Fight, fight, fight back! We say fight back! We say fight back!
I'm here at the front of the demo where, as you can see behind me, hundreds of people have turned out to express their anger at the government and the cuts that have been put in place.
Fighting for your equal rights and free education for all.
So the march has started behind me now from Temple and it will continue to move throughout central London.
Wondering whether the march is going to head all the way up to there. Now they've been kind of positioned to move away from the main parliamentary area, but who knows what these students are going to do. Are you worried about what we heard about as like a bottleneck kind of divide when we get up to Westminster?
I mean, I think it'd be very interesting when we get to Westminster to see what happens. I think a lot of students are very keen to march on Parliament because symbolically that is where you know, protests normally happen.
So it's 1:30 now, we've marched over Westminster. There was a bit of destruction back at the Houses of Parliament as a group splintered off and tried to diverge the route to go towards Parliament itself. But for the moment we're stood still and we'll see what happens next.
There's nothing there for you but muddy fields and miserable speeches by bureaucrats. Why not stay here?
The government will not take you seriously until you grant the spine. Block the government. Do not go together.
Where the fuck do you think you're going?
Okay, we're here with Ross Spear, who's a past QM student. Why are you marching today?
I'm marching, you know, because our generation is being destroyed by the Tory cuts. There are no opportunities for young people these days. There's 1 million unemployed, 20% graduate unemployment. At the same time, they raise EMA, they raise fees to £9 grand, and then they wonder why there are riots on their streets. They are tearing down a generation and leaving us disenfranchised and unemployed with no opportunities.
Okay, so I'm here with someone that's wearing a mask. Why are you wearing a mask in this protest?
Because
because it's a kind of, obviously everyone here shows solidarity with each other.
Yeah.
But it's another way to show that we're all part of the same group.
They say warfare, we say warfare. Warfare, warfare. We say education. There is some way. There is some way.
We're now in Kennington Park and you can see behind us the rally's being dismantled and people have dispersed and it's now over, the protest for 2012.
I'm with Mark Bergfeld, former NUS executive and prominent member of the Education Activist Network. Mark, how do you feel that all went today?
The demonstration of largely 5,000 people was, you know, a decent size, and we could have hoped for more if, you know, the NUS had mobilised more.
We're now in the pub after the rally. We're here with two students from the Socialist Workers Student Society at Queen Mary. Guys, how did you find the rally?
I think what happened at the rally was actually really interesting.
And what do you think of the storming of the stage and the egging of Liam Burns?
I believe that people were very angry about the route.
Came on stage, you know, he was booed and rightly so. He's been selling us out for the last 2 years. All the speeches were booed, people were heckling the speeches, even eggs was being thrown at Liam Burns.
I think the problem is that the route didn't mobilise people to say this is where power lies at Parliament and we're going to be marching on Parliament.
The march going completely past Parliament, completely, you know, halfway into South London is just demonstrating the total irrelevance of NUS, the total lack of desire to listen to students or be any effective body for us.
Well, we're here at the pub at what seems to be the end of quite a disappointing protest. A lot of students feeling pretty disillusioned after being kind of shoved right down here in Kennington and away from Westminster where their voices could really be heard.
Yeah, if you have any comments about today or anything that has gone on today, tweet us at QMTV channel, like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube.
That's all from Bloody Mary.
See you next week.